Zwom, doot, 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 doot. BMO.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another BMO Fit video. This video should provide some safety tips for walking and jogging safely. Now, walking and jogging are both excellent ways to stay in shape, build endurance, maintain coordination and mobility, as well as burn off unwanted pounds. However, I talked to several people about this practice, and I found that joggers sometimes think that because they aren't carrying money, that they aren't likely candidates for an attack, and because it seems easy to them just walking or jogging in their favorite place, they are not going to get injured or have an accident. Unfortunately, these assumptions are not true. When jogging or walking, you should always be aware of your surroundings and take precautions to protect yourself. It's easy to become so focused on what you're doing that you stop paying attention to what's happening around you. When you're preoccupied, you make yourself an easy target for an attack or an accident or an injury. So here are some safety tips that might help. Okay, number one, know how far you can go. I know several people that have never walked a mile, or at least haven't in decades, and yet they think that they're just going to start walking tomorrow. I recommend that you know how far you can go. How do you know you can do it if you've never done it? I suggest to try walking 20 minutes nonstop on a treadmill, or in a large store. Pick your favorite store and just walk around in there and time yourself. Walk for nonstop for 20 minutes, or even marching in place in front of the television before going out into the neighborhood or to a park where help may be further away than you think. Number two, know the location. I'm kind of paranoid. I tend to map everything out. Map it out, know the route, drive it if at all possible, because you gotta understand the terrain. If the sidewalk isn't level, you should know that. Where bushes stick out that you might run into, or tree branches are hanging down right at eye level, you need to know that. Where dogs may randomly jump out, I mean, they might still be behind their fence, but they might jump out and bark at you and startle you, and you step into traffic, or you might stumble and fall. Basically, eliminate surprises if at all possible. And if you plan on doing this same location multiple times, again, I'm paranoid, plan on varying the route you take and the time as well, so that it helps prevent someone from noting your schedule and movements. Next would be recruiting a friend. Let someone know where you are going, when you are going, and when you anticipate being back, so that they can check on you and make sure that you're okay. Better yet, see if they'll just go with you. Joggers or walkers in pairs or groups are less appealing targets, and if you are injured or they're injured, you're there to help each other, so that's great. Number four would be avoid jogging in secluded areas or when it's dark. I don't do this. I actually run in the dark. I run very early in the morning. So if you do run in the dark, and do so in well lit or populated areas if at all possible. Also carry a flashlight. I'm kind of a flashlight geek as well as a knife geek, but I carry a flashlight with me almost all the time, and I prefer ones that are made out of metal. They have a metal casing as well as a metal bezel on the end, like this one you see here, because it's great for, you can flash the light right in someone's face, and it's blinding to people and animals. And then also it's great for self-defense. You could hit someone with that thing in your hand, and that works great too. So I live in a neighborhood where people, for some reason, they take their dogs out first thing in the morning, early in the morning, like when I'm out there, and they do it in the front yard where it's not fenced in, and they don't have the dog on a leash, and they don't do it in their backyard. So the dog comes bolting out of the front door, and everybody thinks their dogs are friendly, okay? I gotta tell you, that's not true. Dogs become extremely aggressive when they're trying to do their business in their front yard without a leash on. Their master's out there, they're trying to protect their master, and here comes some black guy jogging up towards their house at 5 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, dogs get aggressive. I can understand that. So I have my flashlight in my hand, and all I have to do is shine it towards their face a couple of times, turn it on and off a few times. The dog normally gets the idea I'm no longer a threat, and they go bolting back to their masters, and they're fine. So yeah, it does come in handy. Next would be to wear bright colored clothing to improve visibility day or night, I suggest. In fact, get some reflective clothing. I use full-on construction vest when I'm jogging at 5 a.m. I do 5 miles at 5 a.m. most mornings. And during the day, I'll wear a reflective belt, at least around my waist. And it's not necessarily to reflect, but I do wear a lot of dark clothing, I tend to. And so I don't look like just some random black guy running in the park or running in the neighborhood. I have the belt on so that people know I'm actually exercising, okay? Number 6, do not run with your phone or other valuables in sight. Depending on where you are, especially if you're alone, don't have valuables open and obvious in sight. And in your vehicle, if you drive somewhere and leave your vehicle, don't leave your very valuable things, an iWatch or whatever, out in the seat or on the dash. Just don't do that. Out of sight, out of mind. And if running alone, I suggest you don't listen to music. Pay attention to your surroundings so that you can hear if something's coming up behind you or something's going on. Number 7 would be to face oncoming traffic when you're jogging or walking on the sidewalk. Especially early in the morning or late in the day, people are always on their cell phones while they're driving. I don't know why, but they do this, and it's very dangerous, and I see cars hugging the curb all the time. And I've had several close calls where people, I could see their ears and not their eyes because they're looking at their phone, and they're slowly going towards the curb, and I just take a few steps into the grass because I can see them coming towards me, and they'll jump that curb. I've seen them bust tires doing this. They look so embarrassed. They always apologize, and it's just crazy. So yeah, walk towards traffic or jog towards traffic so you can see if anything dangerous is coming. Number 8, I don't do this. I rarely do this, but carry your ID with you. I'm always afraid I'm going to lose it. I'm always afraid it's going to come out of my pocket as I'm running and I lose my ID, and that's totally bad. That's like the worst. So I don't do this, but you should probably consider doing this, especially if you're driving far away from home and going for a walk in a park or something, because it could come in handy if people find you, if you all of a sudden faint from a heat stroke or who knows what, and you hit your head or something. Somebody can find you, and your ID could help them identify who you are and what's going on. So anyway, number 8 would be to carry a whistle or a shrill alarm of some kind to attract attention or to get help if needed. This definitely comes in handy. I find the 2 most handy places for this would be in the woods hiking or in the city where it's super loud and there's cars everywhere and stuff. If you have a whistle and somebody's doing something weird or coming toward or advancing towards you, or you feel like you're being aggressed in any way, you can blow that whistle and everybody around you is going to look. You know, that diffuses the situation pretty quick. Okay? And number 10, lock your doors before you leave of your house or your vehicle for obvious reasons. But nothing's worse than to be running on a treadmill, man, and you just got your pace down, you're doing good, you're in the gym, you're working out, and then this idea pops into your head. Did I close the garage door? Or did I lock the front door? Or did I lock my car? I can't remember. That's the worst. So the best thing to do is just get into the habit of locking up before you walk away. Anyways, there you go. There's 10 good safety tips that might help you with your walking and jogging coming up in the new year. I hope you found this useful. Please subscribe to BMO Creative for more BMO Fit videos, and give this video a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.